Hey, this is Mar, half of Mar and Prash. I love how the nice guys embrace their inner weirdness. I hope saying this doesn't impact my position for future episodes. But here's what's coming up on the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
It does my sleep tracking automatically. At the end of the week, when I get something that says, hey, congratulations, your average sleep time was 13 minutes more than the previous week. This week, it was 5 hours and 42 minutes a night. And when 5 hours and 42 minutes is more than last week, I've got a fucking problem, and I need to be reminded that I need to sleep
Strickland
more.
Bonner, you did not have sex with your wife this week. Strickland Bonner, you did not have sex with your wife this week.
I don't know if that's a functionality that's been added or not. I have not seen that one. I'll have to look that one up. I think that might be a plugin that you have to add.
Maybe so, a plugin.
Listen, here's the thing. If you can't spot the sucker in your first half hour at the table, then you are the nice guys on business. Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I've got to figure out. Are you recording now?
Yeah.
I've got to figure out how to actually make a living at this.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. A little Patreon action, hopefully, maybe. And you never know. Hey,
oh, my gosh.
The fucking Chapo Trap House. Those guys are, goddamn, they got, it's just Patreon. They've got fucking $500,000 a year. That's ridiculous.
Strickland.
What?
Envy and jealousy do not wear well on you. Just so you know.
But they've only been doing it like 9 months. I just can't figure out whatever.
You know they have to have something else that was going on first.
Organic growth, right? That's what it's all about.
Strick, let me just say that for the have we started the show yet?
I don't know. Are we in the show?
Just
today is Thursday.
Give me your welcome back, and then we'll get
fans, nice guy community. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. I guess we've started the show.
Strick, could you like tighten it up and maybe speed up just a little bit from there?
Okay, we'll do. Somewhere in between as fucking slow as I've been doing it or as fucking fast as I was doing it.
Yeah, go back and subscribe to patreon.com/nice guys. Go into the $2 bonus level. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that's too bad. Get over there. Patreon.com/nice guys. Spend $2 a month. You will hear the shit show that was on Monday when we started to record the session. Strickland just tees off on somebody I thought was a friend.
Dude, you realize you have brought this up every goddamn episode this week. Like, come on, dude, get over it. I mean, yes, it's interesting, but you didn't have to bring that specifically up again.
This is a teaser for the Patreon.
No, I know, but anybody
site.
that's listened all week, this is like the fourth time they've heard it, and they're going to hear it again tomorrow.
How do you know that the people that are listening today have listened the rest of the week? Are you assuming that people listen 5 days a week? Not all of them are going to be our hardcore funkin' fans.
Okay, whatever.
And the ones that are, will just hit the forward button 30 seconds in. They'll know what to do. They'll know what to do. Man, we're a fucking rocket ship right now. Strick, this month we are going to probably go, I know we're going to exceed 50,000. We're already as of the time that this comes out, we're already well over 40,000, and we still have another week in the month to go.
We love you guys, funkin' fans. You're telling your friends and telling two friends and telling two friends, but we really need to get back up on the list on iTunes. We actually this week made it up to, after our article from Lolly Daschle, right? Is that her name?
Lolly Daskal.
Lolly Daskal wrote an article for Inc. Online magazine that is the top 12 podcasts, leadership podcasts that you need to listen to. And we made the list. And when that came out, we made it up to the top 50 in business podcasts on iTunes.
We were number 50. That fucking rocks, man. That's not just like 50 podcasts like on some small time place. This was in the big, huge motherfucking pond of iTunes.
Are we still number 2 on Overcast?
Yeah, man, we're holding the number 2 position, and it looks pretty good right now. I mean, it really does. I mean, can somebody do us a favor? Can you just slash the throat cords of Tim Ferriss for us?
Nice.
We can't seem to. Tim, I've asked you a number of times. I know you listen to the show, Tim. Tim, I hear you. I hear you listening to the show right now. I know we're not supposed to specifically point out one person in the show, but Tim, please do us a favor. Throw us a bone. All right. First of all, come on the show so that we can actually have a little conversation. Mm-hmm. But secondly, can you just move over just for a minute? Just like lose the link to Overcast just for a second. Just let us share in the spotlight for just a minute.
If there was some way we could get that Tim Ferriss guy to stop recording podcasts, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
That was horrible, Strickland. That was horrible.
We could get into the number one slot.
Did we even introduce ourselves yet?
I can't remember. I'm Strickland Bonner. That's Doug Sandler on the other side of the microphone.
Hi.
I think I did, but whatever.
Yeah,
anyway, so we have 6 topics to talk about, and none of those are part of the thing that we talked about right before we hit record.
All right,
which is my job.
Give me any of the topics. I'll just go. Just go.
Fitbit is mind control.
No, I don't want to go to that one.
Coffee routine.
No, I meant the
Post-it
ones that
note system.
No, I meant the topics that
Strick is a rock star.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, good. Hey, throw out any topic you want. No, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay.
What I meant was we talked about a number of topics before we started recording, and none of them were that. It was like the Facebook friends, the 4242 DJ Doug, the Slack line, all of those.
Okay.
Those
but the 4242 DJ Doug, that's going to be all of our intros this week. I will get as many of those on as I can as intros, people that recorded. And if you haven't been listening or you haven't done it yet, which since we get 2,000 downloads an episode and we've gotten exactly 6 recordings, we know a lot of you haven't, call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro for the show and we'll get it on.
We used to kind of get upset about people not taking action, and then we realized that I'm really not a person of action either when it comes to shows. I listen to a couple of shows now. I don't do anything. I feel like the people that they're talking to are not me. I'm like, it's not talking to me. They have no idea I'm even here.
Well, if you are playing this right now on your iPhone, we're talking to you.
Yeah,
we're talking to you.
Yeah, and actually we can see you too because you have it on FaceTime.
It's not called iFace.
It's not.
Isn't Apple i everything?
If you're
iPad, iPhone, iFucked, whatever.
Yeah, if you're an Overcast right now, don't you realize the forward-facing camera also activates when you press play? We can see you. We see every one of you. God,
the secret bonus content of Overcast they don't tell you about.
So many tiny faces. Gosh, look at all of them. God, I cannot believe that you actually left the house wearing that today. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you.
Are we going to go back to Strick as a rock star? I like that topic.
Yeah. So I get this text message from you, Strick. Thank you so much. You're playing in a rock band tonight. If it wasn't so fucking far from my house, God, how far was that? How far did you have to drive?
Dude, it was only like 35 minutes from me. But I mean, you're in Rockville. You're like practically Gaithersburg. It's not that far for you. 30 minutes probably.
You think that's it?
Isn't it?
I don't know where. I don't even know where Newmarket is. I know where Frederick is.
It's like near Frederick. It's not as far as Frederick.
I think it's further for me to get to Newmarket than it is to get to Frederick. Is right up 270. It's at the end of 270.
Right.
So this was a little bit further than that.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's kind of further east. It might have been further.
Anyway, if I was a real friend, I guess I would have made it. I was just tired. I really was tired. But anyway, so that's not the point of even what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the fact that you were in this is like a real band. Not that a wedding band isn't sorry, Strick. Not that a wedding band isn't a real band because that's making real money and that's cool. But this is like a bar band. It's for the love of it because there's certainly how much money did you get paid? Like
there
nothing.
Was money?
Like right, like nothing, right?
Yeah, no, there was nothing.
There was
like the Blues Brothers. Okay, boys, that's $200 I'm going to pay you for the gig, and minus $300 for your bar tab. You owe me $100.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was that kind of gig. Yeah, but it was all right. It's fun. Good times.
So what did you do in the band, Strick? You even played a role that you don't normally play.
I sang. I played bass. I mean, I do play bass in my wedding band on and off, but I played bass all night, and I was singing a good number of songs. Like maybe there's every once in a while in the wedding band I sing a song, but I was doing a lot of rock and roll stuff. We did like The Dark Side from John Cafferty. We did Rebel Yell from Billy Idol.
Oh, jeez. This is totally in your wheelhouse. Like Rebel Yell, I can hear you screaming that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Fight for Your Right to Party, Beastie Boys. That was a great song.
Did you love it?
It's an 80s band. They do like all 80s stuff. It was fun.
So last night, as you were doing that, I was listening to the BB King station on XM or one of the not XM, the BB King station on Pandora, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not too cheap to pay for XM in my house. I have it for my car. If you have it for your car, can you get it for your house also without it costing you extra?
Dude, I got to tell you, let's go off on this topic right now because I've got it. I have Sirius XM in 2 of my cars, right? In my car and my wife's car, right? Mm-hmm. And it renews every year, right? Mm-hmm. They tell you what it costs per month to have it in 2 cars, right? But it renewed a couple months ago, $320
per
and
car.
I'm thinking about this. I'm
total?
Like, total. But really, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's a lot of money.
Right. When I first signed up for it, it was not, I mean,
it was
Pandora
like 90,
was around,
it
right?
was like $9.99.
Right. But like Pandora was around, right? And but like it wasn't, you didn't think about streaming music like all the time in the car. And now Bluetooth and everything else, it's like, why am I paying $300 fucking when I can just stream whatever I want for free?
I just had this conversation with Danielle the other day, or maybe it was even today. I said, I don't think I'm going to renew because she has Apple Music. I think it's $9.99 a month that she pays for it. And I think we have unlimited data now, or at least I think I have unlimited data through my through my iPhone with AT&T.
Right.
And the Pandora subscription for me individually, we both do it as a business expense. So I think we both pay each, I want to say it's like $25 a month for each one of our cars. So it's like $500 a year for the two of us.
For Sirius XM?
Yeah. And I'm thinking, that's just too much money. I don't value, I love listening to the radio in the car, but I can just as easily stream Pandora and listen to the stupid commercial every once in a while. Or maybe for $10 a month, maybe we can even do a family plan through iTunes radio. I don't even know how much that is, but I can't imagine that it would cost us $50 a month.
I totally agree. I've got Google Play Music, same thing, and I can stream. I can download whatever I want and have it on my phone, or I can stream specific stations. And I think I'm paying $11.99 a month for up to 5 logins. So like my whole family can do it for $12 a month. And it was interesting. I called up, and this is just such a great marketing thing, right? I called up Sirius XM, and I have to believe, 10 years ago when they first started, man, they're the only game in town. If you don't want to not have advertisements and you want to have so many stations, it was great, right? Mm-hmm. Nowadays with the streaming, I got to believe they're hurting. So I called them, and when they said, hey, it's going to be $320 to renew, I think actually it was like $380 to renew. And I called them and I said, guys, you got to do better than this. All right. Can you give me a discount? Well, the woman on the other line, she basically said, well, let's see what you've got. Okay, well, you can get rid of these extra premium channels. And she basically changed my service so I was getting fewer channels, which knocked like $60 off, 20% or something, right? But
not enough?
I signed up for it, but believe me, I'm really thinking about canceling it. I was really looking for her. I was going to say, look, I don't know that I'm going to renew at all. I was waiting for her to say, look, you know what? You've been with us for a long time. We're going to give you another $100 off or something, right? Nope. And they're good. If they don't start giving in, they're going to lose customers.
I can remember this is probably well over 10 years ago when XM and Sirius is it Sirius or Sirius? Sirius. When XM and Sirius were two separate, actually competing companies. I think they're together now.
Yep.
So I had stock. I bought stock in both of their companies. So I spent $2,500. I said, I'm gonna take a gamble on satellite radio. I don't know what it's going to be all about in the future. So I took $2,500 and put it into Sirius, and $2,500 and put it into XM. And I'm thinking if one goes up, the other's going to go down, or maybe they're both going to go up just because of the nature of the business. I think I bought, if I remember correctly, XM I bought, it was $65 or $70 a share.
Okay.
And Sirius was like $13 a share.
Okay.
Something like that, somewhere in there. So I bought whatever $2,500 would be the equivalent of. I think both of the stocks went to under $1 each.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
It was ridiculous. I think I had like $80 left of my $5,000.
Wow.
So then I said, well, shit. Okay, I'm not going to buy high and sell low. I'm just going to hold it. Let's just see what happens. The two companies merged, and I don't even know where they are right now. But I think I'm back up to like maybe $2,000. So, which is, again, not horrible, but I think the original investment was $5,000.
Dude, if you're still holding that, I'm telling you, dump it. I mean, really think about that.
Dump it or hold it. What should I do?
Fucking dump it. Are you kidding me? I mean, think about this. What is the opportunity for growth for them, right? There's none. Come on.
Okay, but hold on a second. Let's say that they come up with a new. I mean, they are going to go out of business at some point. Okay, so let's just be real here. XM or Sirius, based upon the current model that they have and the pricing structure that they have and the competition that they have, they are going to go out of business the way they are right now. However, if they change their idea and they change their model and they change their philosophy, if they go to a different style of subscription service, or they enter another channel, they do something. I think that their technology is such that if they stay in business, they're going to boom. So my concern is, well, they've weathered the storm. They really have weathered the storm because they've seen the advent of all of these new things that have come along, and they've still stayed in business. Can't they change their model? If I hold on to the stock and they just change their philosophy, won't the stock boom? Or are you thinking that they're going to go out of business, somebody's going to buy them, and I'm going to lose it all?
Dude, I love this conversation because this is like real business shit. Because the way I look at this, right?
Too serious?
No, not at all. I love this shit.
Okay.
Because especially since you and I obviously have such differing opinions, I don't think that their service is that unique. Let me give you an analogy to it, right? Let's say that 15 years ago, I was making blank CDs, right?
Yep.
Like burnable CDs and CDRs, and I can put music on it and I can put data on it, and that seems like fucking booming, right? Like it used to be that I'd have to go to the store and buy a CD that had music, but now I can burn a CD, right? Well,
right.
Here we are 10 years later. When was the last time anybody bought a CD? You get thumb drives, you get cloud drives, you get all this. I mean, there's no need for them at all. So,
yeah, but Strick, what you're saying is if they keep the same business model, the CD company is going to go out of business. But let's take the IBM approach to it. IBM, while they may not be doing what they did 25 years ago, they've changed their whole model. They're now all into the digital space. It's no longer about typewriters.
Oh, I totally agree.
Or copy machines. So
international business machines, they first started out selling cash registers.
Right.
And then typewriters and then computers, and now they're in the software and obviously Big Blue. They're huge.
So if they go the way of Kodak, let's say, Jeffrey Hazlet's company, if they go the way of Kodak and they don't change...
Hang on, Jeffrey Hazlet was in Kodak?
Jeffrey Hazlet was the CMO of Kodak.
Get the fuck out of here.
You didn't know this?
Oh, yeah, I guess I did know that, didn't I? I never tied it was Kodak. I knew he was a CMO, but I never thought about
the
Kodak.
CMO of Eastman Kodak Company.
Damn.
So if we go the way of Kodak and say we are a film company, we are putting our feet in concrete and we are not moving beyond that, somebody introduced actually to Kodak a digital camera and they said, no, it's not our business. We're in the film business.
Right.
Years, probably a decade before digital cameras became so prevalent. That's why Kodak went out of business. They didn't change. What they didn't realize is they're not in the film business. They're in the memory business.
Right.
They're in the business of memories and of the life's experiences. They're not in the film business. Fuck the film. It's the digital experience. They had to take it beyond the next level. So if you're a CD company and you stay in the CD business and you say, shit, I don't care about all this fucking digital crap. iTunes bullshit, motherfucker. We're staying in the business of making these plastic discs that people are going to put music on, because the music, when it comes online, that's just going to disappear. It's a digital file. People want a physical copy. Bullshit. They want their music. They don't care how they get it. So XM, yes, I agree. If they stay in the model that they're in right now, and Sirius, if they stay in the model that they're in, we're going to go out of business, and they are going to lose the money that I have in there now, which is, let's just say, a couple of $1,000s. My feeling is, I want them to change their business model. I'm not going to be the one to convince them. They know that. They have to do it. There's too much competition in that space. Don't you think they're going to figure out what the next step is?
I guess the way I look at it, and it's interesting when I compare it to IBM because I may be wrong, right? The way I look at it is their investment, their business, obviously their business model right now, their huge investment is in hardware and the satellites. It costs a lot of money to put the satellites up there.
In rooms and satellite, exactly.
Exactly. And also, let's say that part of their investment is in like the story of the DJ, right? When I'm on Pandora, I don't hear a DJ introducing the song or any crap like that, right? So that's really where they've invested. Now, how are they going to change that? Again, my thought is, well, shit, they've put so much money into the satellite thing, but that part of the business, now that everybody can stream for free, basically, is the useless part. But if I compare that to IBM and I think to myself, hey, they used to make typewriters, right? Like what's the investment? Well, it's individual typewriters. No, it's actually factories that build typewriters. Well, they moved away from that, and they're still doing well. They obviously don't have factories that build anything anymore. They're a software company now.
Okay, so if we take that philosophy and we just say, let's XM and Sirius go to the root of IBM, not the root of not TDK. And I don't even know if TDK is still in business. I have no idea, but I can tell you that IBM is.
And Maxell is, right? I think Maxell is still in business.
Okay, but what does Maxell do? They probably have moved. I think Maxell has actually moved over to memory cards now.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, is that Maxell used to be the tape guys, right?
Yeah, right.
And obviously nobody needs fucking cassette tapes anymore. I'm going to look up Maxell.com right now.
Right. So I'm curious if I could be holding on to right now, if I am holding on to the Apple of tomorrow. Now, I don't know. I think that if somebody said before the Mac computer came out, if they were going to invest in Apple and they would have held on to it for a little while, and the Mac came out and they're like, the Mac is kind of doing okay, but it's not doing great. And they would have maybe sold that investment before the iPod came out. When it wasn't the iPod like the thing that really put Apple on the map. I know the Macintosh computer probably did well in changing the shape of how we're computing, meaning, hey, we have an alternative to an IBM PC, and the Macintosh, which it was called at the time, was a big thing. But I don't think that Apple really came onto the scene until the iPod came to be, and then when the iPhone and then the iPad, and then all that shit came out, it's like, holy shit. So I'm thinking I'm holding on to it because, number one, it's only a couple $1,000s, and not that that's a lot of money, but I figured I was down to $80. I'm like, okay, just let it ride. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like the idea of penny stocks, right? Like, hey, what do you have to lose if you buy a bunch of penny stocks and it goes up? I'm with you. That makes sense, I guess. I don't know that I agree, but you never know. I mean, there's just no way to know.
If there's anybody that is in our community that could provide advice to me, I'm happy to hear it. I really am. I'm very curious what the true value of this stock is. Should I hold it or should I sell it?
And by the way, Maxell USA now makes volume limiting headphones for kids. So that basically, hey, you can't turn the headphones up too loud.
All right. So wait, before you move on that means that kids are not their market. Okay, next. That means that parents are their market, right?
No, that's very true. That's very true. Lithium ion batteries. I mean, basically, obviously, they have moved away from cassette tapes, which is what they were known for, but they're still in business and obviously, big because they've changed their philosophy. They know that cassette tapes, you know what? Just like Eastman Kodak, cassette tapes are not about physical cassette tapes. It is about delivering music.
Yeah.
No. Maxell is about delivering music because they also have like a Bluetooth speaker that has a built-in power pack, and it's about delivering music.
Where's the Maxell section at Best Buy? Have you ever seen? You remember you used to go in there and they used to have all of these records, and it was records. Then it went into the CD world, and then it went into the what the hell? What else was it? It was records and CDs and tapes. Oh my gosh! All of those stores, they're gone. They're gone. They are gone.
Yeah, Best Buy is hurting. I mean, they've got to be dying. Didn't H.H. Gregg just file for bankruptcy?
Oh, did they really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, I think they're still around. I think they closed a couple hundred stores and filed for bankruptcy. So they're not totally going out of business yet, but they're closing a bunch of stores.
I do love when I go into Best Buy. One of my favorite sections is the headphone section. There are so many headphones. This is such an interesting rise of a product that was not. How much do headphones really? Can you remember when we were kids and buying headphones? I mean, there was probably 3 or 4 different kinds of headphones. If you wanted an ultra high end pair of headphones, you would go into the Bose store and buy. I think you even have a pair. You bought the noise cancellation headphones.
Yep. We've talked about this on a previous podcast, but you're right. It's just huge. Like Beats really was the first catalyst to get, and then they got Skull Candy and all the others that are ridiculously expensive. I mean, they're really good, but it is crazy how much money people are spending on headphones. Do you
think it's the markup that's really high, or do you think the quality level of the headphones have actually increased as much as they have?
No, I really think it's a lot of markup. Yes, there's some quality headphones out there, but not commensurate with the price that people are charging for them now.
So I have, what is your headphone of choice? Do you like the over-the-ear kind, or what do you like?
Yeah, I do not like earbuds at all. I'm an over-the-ear guy, yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely the earbuds guy. But I'm the earbud guy that has the little flange, the little thing that actually helps it stay in your ear.
I might be okay with that if it has a little flange over the ear. Yeah, I don't like it where I got to like pop it all the way into my ear.
No, I don't like to shove it in my ear. It gives my ear an earache, actually. But I think, and I have a really good set of headphones. I have the Bose, but they're not, I don't know what brand, what the model number is, but I don't have the noise canceling ones. I think these were kind of expensive. They were like $100. So, but that is like nowhere in the it's probably even the low to the mid side of headphone purchases. Yeah. I want to get a noise cancellation thing, but I don't know. Do I want to go Bluetooth, or is that just one more thing that I have that can go wrong?
My daughters have one of them's got a Bluetooth headphones that also have a 1/4-inch jack that you can plug in, which I think is great.
Oh, that's really
like the
good.
ones that are just Bluetooth. That's a bit limiting. The battery dies or whatever. But with these, if you want to plug in, you just plug your mini jack, not a 1/4-inch, 1/8-inch. The mini jack, you plug a mini jack in, and if you want to do Bluetooth, you do Bluetooth. I think that is totally the wave of the future, is having both. Yeah.
The other section that is at Best Buy that I enjoy just walking by, never stopping even for pause. Well, there's two sections that I really love. One are the drones. I love the drone section.
Oh God, I really want a drone. That'd be so cool.
They have some really cool drones there, and they're fucking nuts. They're expensive. There's some like $500 and $600 drones.
Oh my God, that's cheap though. I mean, they used to be $1,000, $2,000. I think the fact that they've gotten them down to $200 and $300 and $400 for some of the big ones is cheap. It's great.
So I saw one of these drones, and they all now have the built-in cameras that also can be controlled by your iPhone or by any smartphone that you have. They have a drone. Cool. I know, they're so cool. So just imagine this, because I'm watching and they all have those little video screens now set up so that you can watch the product, like the demonstration of the product.
Oh yeah.
So there's this one drone that I saw that was totally awesome. It's got a so that the drone lifts off, so it's got the 4 propellers that are like, I don't know, horizontal, is that or parallel to the ground, so they all spin. It lifts off of the ground, and then the camera drops down, and there's landing gear, and it goes up. So you actually take you can spin the camera 360 degrees, and you can have a completely unobstructed view of everything that's going on, and it's like, oh my God, it's fucking nuts.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. And they have like, I think that batteries are getting better and better now. So they have, right now they have like a limit, I think a fly time of like 20 or 25 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think they're getting longer.
Oh, definitely.
I want one of these things, but what would the nice guys do with them?
We could find something. I really want one too. We got to find an excuse to buy one.
So walking past the drone section, the area that I never stop in, but it has a lot of people generally in this aisle or 2 aisles.
Yeah.
The fitness area, like the Fitbits.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is a Fitbit for?
Wait a minute. This is actually like getting to one of the topics that we were talking about. That was a good segue.
I was bringing it there.
Good segue. Yeah.
That's the original reason. Then I started walking down all of the aisles at Best Buy, thinking, yeah, gosh, I love the headphones. I love the drones. I, of course, love the Apple section and the computer section. I really have no business being in the ink section or any of that stuff. I don't like that. But then, and the washing machines, what the fuck are they doing washing machines at Best Buy? Is that like their shot at trying to keep it so that you don't go anywhere to do your shopping? Or
there's obviously must be a lot of profit in it, or they wouldn't be doing it. But yeah, a lot of these Best Buys are selling refrigerators and stoves and all the other crap now.
No,
but let's get back to the Fitbit, because your one of your topics was Fitbit is mind control, which I agree with, but I agree with it in a good way. I think it's actually more training than mind control. And it's such a fine line between stupid and clever. It's a fine line between training and mind control.
The reason I even brought it up was because I think that Tim Hill was talking about, I forget it was Tim or Paul, was talking on our what the hell is it called? What do we have? Slack.
Slack, yeah.
Was in our Slack room. Is it a Slack room?
Slack room. Slack group? I don't know. Slack
room? I don't know, but I am totally a slacker. So let's just call it Slack. He was talking about that. Oh no, shit! I think it was maybe Sean Carpenter was talking about it. I can't remember who. Anyway, neither here nor there. So they're wearing a Fitbit, and when they got a text message, they would
would vibrate every time you get a text.
It would vibrate.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, holy shit! It's like you got these things tethered onto your arm. You can't get away from technology. You can't get away from anything. And on top of that, it's showing you didn't walk a fucking muffin of steps today. So it's like, oh man. I don't know. The whole purpose of that is, yes, I agree that it's probably good for you, but it's like, oh God, I got to get out of bed. I didn't walk enough steps today.
Yeah, God forbid we have some piece of technology that would help us get in shape and remind us that we've been sedentary too long. I know that may be a difficult concept to understand for somebody that works from home and his office is 10 feet from the side of his bed.
Hey, Strick, if I wanted something to nag me to exercise more, I would just talk to your wife. Doesn't she say that to you? Does your wife get on you for not exercising enough?
No, not at all.
No?
But my Fitbit does. I have a Fitbit. I wear it all the time.
You do?
I like it, man. I'm telling you, because I don't realize. Okay, first of all, I do not have it linked in with my phone. It does not vibrate every time I get a text. I agree that's too much. But that is up to you. You decide if you want to have that on or not. Sean has decided to have that on. Fuck that. I don't want that, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I could handle that much connection. I mean, I have, if you have an Apple Watch, it probably. Wait a minute. Doesn't Sean have an Apple Watch? Doesn't Sean have like an Apple everything?
Well, because that's the other thing is with the technology. They came out with the Apple Watch and electronic watches, and I don't think they've integrated everything enough together yet. Like, I think the electronic watches are cool where you could just put any face on it you want. I mean, I like the look of an analog watch, but I would get one of these digital watches that has a round face where you can make it look like an analog watch.
Yeah.
But then I could choose of what it's going to notify me if I get an email or if I get a text or whatever, but also, and what most of them I think don't do yet, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the iWatch does this at
I don't know,
$800 or whatever they charge
Is
for
it
it.
$800? I didn't
No, I
know
don't.
that.
They're at least $500. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the Droid ones you can get for $250, but I think the Apple ones are still $500. Anyway, I don't know that they've integrated all of the Fitbit functionality in, like heart rate monitor, sleep monitor, motion, steps, those kind of things, because the things that I use my Fitbit for that I love. Okay, first of all, I work in an office, so I am sitting at my desk a lot, and I have it set so that every hour, if an hour goes by and I haven't moved or taken a walk, it basically vibrates, which again, I think is a great thing. It's basically reminding me, hey, go take a walk around the office. Even if you're just going to take 100 steps, fucking get up from your desk, take a walk around the office, which is a great thing. The other thing that it does for me is it does my sleep tracking automatically. Right? And then at the end of the week, so it knows when I go to bed and it knows when I wake up in the morning. And so at the end of the week, when I get something that says, hey, congratulations, your average sleep time was 13 minutes more than the previous week. This week, it was 5 hours and 42 minutes a night. And when
Strickland,
5 hours and 42 minutes is more than last week, I've got a fucking problem. And I need to be reminded that I need to sleep more.
Strickland Bonner, you did not have sex with your wife this week. Strickland Bonner, you did not have sex with your wife this week. Strickland Bonner, you did not have sex with your wife this week.
I don't know if that's a functionality that's been added or not. I have not seen that one. I'll have to look that one up. I think that might be a plugin that you have to add.
Maybe so, a plugin.
Oh, God. Wasn't that part of our Slack group? We were talking about, like, how long has it been since you've had sex? And I think I said, well, does my right hand count? And... I know. We were talking about who's going to get laid tonight, right? And
that would have been Sunny. That would have been Sunny.
Right. Nobody's getting laid tonight. And
except Sunny.
Right. And I said, well, does my right hand count? And Tim said, yeah, of course it does. And I said, well, shit, I'm going to get laid twice tonight then.
Buy all the things. Buy all the things.
Anyway, so back to the Fitbit. Yes, I do believe it can be mind control, but it's the mind control that you want. I mean, you make the choice. You just, if you don't want to do it anymore, you take it off. Or
so in other words,
I can set mine so it beeps every 2 hours or every 3 hours or every 15 minutes if I want.
I wonder if I could set mine if I just leave it on the counter. Hey, come and get me. You got to take me with you. Then a little thing starts going off in my head. Yeah, it's a good idea. I love it. I mean, I guess I love it. I love the idea of being reminded to be healthy. God, we're so dependent upon our electronics. We are so fucking dependent upon everything. Can you imagine, Strick, if we didn't have a computer? Can you just imagine? I think there was a question that somebody asked on Facebook in either the group or maybe it was on just on my wall, and it said something like, "Take yourself back before you had computers and technology, but you have a phone." I don't even think it said you had a phone. How would you get your next client? I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, I'm so dependent upon my computer, aren't you?
Yeah, but. It's funny. I know a lot of our listeners are probably 20 and 30 something where they've never in their lifetime not had a computer and probably very rarely in their adult life didn't have a smartphone. Doug, I am not going to say how old we are because I fucking hate it when you do that. But you and I have both been in business before email was the thing. Yeah. Right?
Email,
I mean, come on. So we know we've been there. We've done that. And it sucked.
Oh, I can remember. It was the cold call. It was literally picking up the phone and making a call. Oh, my God. That was horrible.
Right.
Jeez. Can you imagine if your phone was like your email inbox right now? How many fucking phone calls that you would get? I mean, how many emails do you get in the course of your day? You probably get over 100 emails a day. At least 100 a day. And I in the same way, I probably get more just because of so many avenues that I'm working.
Yeah. But and so many friends on Facebook that are trying to friend you.
Yeah, maybe so.
Exactly.
Did we talk about that this episode? That was
Tuesday. We talked about
that was Tuesday. Go back and listen to Tuesday's show.
Yeah, because we're not going to do exposition and explain it.
No, totally not explaining it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, technology is. I can remember sending text messages when they were 75 cents a piece, and I'm like, who am I sending my text message to now? I got to be very. Would that college professor say? You have 3 exclamation points. Use them sparingly throughout your life.
Throughout your life, right?
Yeah. You went 75 cents a piece before you send a text message. Imagine if it cost you. Oh, here's a good thing, Strick. Imagine if it cost you. How much is a stamp?
47 cents, I think.
47 cents. Imagine if it cost you 47 cents for every email you sent out.
Wow. Yeah, I would be much less liberal about my emails.
Shit. Okay, this is interesting. So maybe right now I need to put that philosophy in my head. Be wise about the emails you send. Be practical about the emails you send.
Why? I mean, do you feel that you're sending too many emails? I mean, I understand from the context of, oh my God, we're so dependent on technology, right? You interviewed somebody who shall remain nameless about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he said his.
Sorry, I promise you could name him, and he wouldn't. Don't name him because it'll call him out. But because I'm sure he's got friends that listen to the show, but. I don't even know if he has a computer. I have no idea how he even put that connection together. He has a fucking flip phone still.
Right. And you said, what's your email address? And he said, let's say it was John Jones. I don't remember what, I'm not going to say his name was, right? Yeah. My email is jjones578234 at yahoo.com.
And
I was like, okay, or maybe it was fucking AOL. I don't even remember, right? But first of all, it was like, okay, it's bad enough that it's Yahoo or AOL, right? But that's not horrible, okay?
Right. Okay.
But he was like, and you said like, what are those numbers? It's like
I did, didn't I? You surprised me with those numbers,
right? And you're like, what do those numbers mean? Oh, it's easy. It's my phone number. I've always had it. And so, first of all, I had the phone number on the sheet that he filled out, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't his current phone number, okay? Maybe it was his phone number 15 goddamn years ago when he signed up for his email. But also, it was only 6 digits. Like, there wasn't enough numbers for a goddamn phone number.
Oh, hey, remember when phone numbers there was no area code?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, in Maryland, there was no 410 or 301 or 443 or whatever the freaking we have now. It's like there's 100. It's crazy.
Right. So anyway, I'm going off on the wrong tangent though. So the whole point was you were saying, oh, maybe I should be careful about my email because I'm so dependent on technology. Dude, I so see it from the opposite side. I think technology is the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread because it does allow us to send as many emails as we want out without having to think about it, without having to pay for it. How do you think you've gotten as many connections as you have in interviews as you have if it wasn't for Twitter and Facebook and everything else?
I totally agree with you. And I'm not fighting technology versus should we have it or shouldn't we have it. I just see things like, let's just take an example of something that is the bane of existence for all of us. It's that fucking reply all button. Yeah. You know, and we've chatted about this before, and I've even had, I forget, who the hell was Sanebox? That was Dmitry Leonov, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so look, that's my fucking OneNote right in my brain. So we had Dmitry Leonov, and he was the chief. Oh crap, what was his position? He something like I don't remember. It was some creative name for his title. Anyway, so Dmitry has this company. It's called Sanebox, and when I had him on the show, we were talking about this reply all. God, that is a motherfucking horrible button that should be thrown away and blown up. I hate reply all. People, stop replying all. Just stop replying. Just hit reply. It's just as good. I promise you. Everybody does not need to be included in everything that you say. The shit that you have to say just isn't that important. And everybody needs to read it. Are you looking for his position title? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I've got the notes up here from episode, February 13th. It was only a month ago that interview, although it feels like 100 years ago because it was probably 100 episodes ago, the way we publish. VP of Growth. He's a VP of
It's
growth.
not that creative then. Sorry, Dimitri. I gave you some
okay.
accolades that I shouldn't have. I'm going to pull those back again.
But I do still use SaneBox. I paid for it for the year because it's really handy. It helps me a lot. I love SaneBox.
SaneBox is ridiculously good, but I got to tell you, I'm a really an organized guy when it comes to my email. And like right now, let me just go to my email just so you have some awareness factor here.
You are not the target customer for SaneBox.
Okay,
I am the target customer for SaneBox.
I have 3 email inboxes. I have 4, but one of them forwards automatically to another. I have 6 emails in my personal email box. I have none in my business box. Yeah. And in C-suites, I got a few more than that because Jeffrey is a reply all fiend. I am not a reply all fan. I don't like it. I probably have 20 emails in my it's about 20, maybe less. 20 emails in my C-suite box right now, and that's only because I haven't looked at it in the last 24 hours.
Kid, maybe we should put a post up on the Facebook group, I think, because you are so in the minority. I think the post should be how many people, in fact, we could make it a poll, right? How many people have been at inbox 0, like nothing at all, totally clean, just like you said one of yours is, right?
Yep.
In the last, let's say, in the last day, in the last week, the last month, or the last year.
That would be really good.
Because it's going to be almost nobody. I'm telling you. Or it'll be, let's say, within the last week, within the last month, within the last year, or not in the last year or never.
Well, I honestly can say, I can honestly say that I have never, ever, ever just deleted all of them. You know, like I'm just going to have a clean sweep and just start over again. No fucking way. I have been very disciplined about my email box, and I'm not even that organized a guy. I mean, I'm organized and I like to keep things in really neat order, but I'm not like OCD about it. I think with everything else I'm not, except my inbox. I just don't like to have a whole bunch of emails in there. It gets me nervous.
Well, it's all about whatever it is. You know me, Doug. I'm totally not an organized guy and not an OCD type of guy at all. But when it comes to the band, right? Like if I'm getting ready to play a wedding, it's like I have got to know exactly what's happening. I've got to know exactly when it's going to happen. I've got my schedule stuff. I mean, I am ridiculously over prepared when I go into a wedding because I know something's going to go wrong. So in that particular case,
because it always does.
Exactly.
And we have the experience to know that that's going to happen.
Right. So the way I approach it is everything that I possibly can have control over going in, I want to have control over because I know something's going to happen when I get there that I don't have control over. So I'm okay dealing with that thing that I don't have control over, but not that plus the 2 or 3 other things that go wrong that maybe I didn't have control over ahead of time.
All right. But let me ask this though. So why isn't things like your email box or your desk or your car, why aren't those things like that for you? Because I do see that as that's the kind of band leader that you are. And I do know because when you show me proof through one specific area that you got this, like I've seen you run a wedding before, Strick, and you are a badass motherfucker. You should have that wallet. That's the wallet that you should have. And I've seen how you handle people as a band leader, so eloquently, so perfectly, so great, and with such poise. And then I see your desk. Like, what the fuck? That's not the same guy. That is like Mr. Inconsistency. And so part of it is me saying, Strick, I would say this is a character flaw if you didn't know how to do it. But I see it in other parts. So then it comes down to me thinking, well, maybe your desk isn't your priority. Maybe it just isn't important to you. I'm not being critical of you. I'm just being like, what? How does that happen?
But that's it exactly. I believe it's priorities. Okay. Now, I'm a big believer in we make time for whatever we feel is important and want to make time for. When people say, like, let's say I'm talking to somebody at my office, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I put out a podcast, right? 5 days a week. I play in a band on the weekends. I'm starting my own podcast production company. They're like, how many fucking hours do you have in the day? Right. So obviously there are things that I have made the choice to make time for, like this podcast, because I know we're not making any fucking money on it. That's for goddamn sure.
Well, but you see the potential future in it, and you see how and we have a great time. And again, part of this is, hey, this keeps me close to you, and you and I are best buds. So for me, it's like, all right, this is cool. We actually have a business going that it involves something that we have fun.
Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hold on a second, sir. I'm going to put the mic. I know we're well over time. Okay, just fuck it. We're just going to do it. Okay, just hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I know you don't want to do this because I know you don't want to.
Suddenly appear every time Doug is near. Just like me, they long to be. Are we doing the Close to You blues?
Yeah, that's good.
The Close to You blues. Here we are, all the nice guys. We got our real bromance going, because we have a really good time shooting the shit with each other, whether or not it is outside snowing. Yeah, we are the nice guys, and we love having this shooting the shit, and you guys obviously like listening, because our download count is going up and up and up and up and up, just like that note. Going way up, really fucking high, all the time. Yeah. Doug and I are rocking and rolling and swapping and strolling and picking it up and rolling it down and laying it down on the sideways and going all around and just having a good time talking and shooting the shit. And we really have no idea what the hell we're going to talk about before we get started. I mean, sometimes we come up with topics, but we don't ever follow them. But you guys seem to like it, so it's all good, I suppose. I don't know what the hell else to say. I think I just said enough words right there. I don't think there's anything left. Go to patreon.com/nice guys and you can hear the Slack group and you can hear all the stupid shit that we do before the show and the Nice Guy Blues.
All right, so you hung out with us for how many minutes?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
We sang to you. If you were, Strick, maybe you have to, you know what you need to do? You need to take a piece of that and you need to put it in the very beginning.
You think the intro?
Yeah, I think maybe.
And by the way, Nice Guy community, it's 2:20 in the afternoon, and Doug told me he only had until 2 o'clock, so he's already given us 20 minutes more time than he had today. I mean, come on, that's worth something, isn't it?
I'm just looking at the name I have on Zencaster.
Nice Guys and Nicer Girls? Where did that come from?
No, it's the Nice Guys podcast, and my name is...
Well, I need to bleep that out again because that's going to be,
right.
You gotta, if you want to find out what Doug's moniker is for this week on Zencaster, which it changes every week, you're going to have to pay $2 and get the bonus content on Patreon.
I forgot. Mark that. Wait a minute. We have a timeline marker. Shit, I don't have a timeline marker on my side.
It didn't work. I don't know how it worked anyway. Don't worry.
Where does it even go when that happens?
I'm going to be listening to it anyway. It's all good. It's no worries.
God.
I gotta get that.
All right. I think we got to get out of here. We've spent way too much time, extra time, overtime with them. We will be back next week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is shit. I don't even remember anymore. Who is tomorrow's show?
Are you still in Puerto Rico right now?
Is today Thursday?
Igualadata. Yeah, today's Thursday.
I just got back. I'm really sad. I'm really sad. Very sad indeed. Igualadato is on tomorrow's show. Tune in tomorrow. We have so many great things. The Nice Guy community, you guys are rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for being a part of our lives, and we love being a part of your life. Is that it, Strick? You ready to go home?
I think we're ready, yeah. Let's, Steve O'Brien, will you take us out of here?
Call 4242 DJ Doug and record an intro for the show to hear on a future episode. Say anything you want. Hell, take my job. I'm getting sick of these guys anyway. We still rolling? Don't tell him I said that.